Hey everybody, welcome to the channel. Hope everybody had a good Christmas, enjoyed some time away from work and just some time to relax and just enjoy the season with everybody. We're gonna be back on Todd's truck. I'm gonna work on getting some of this back stuff finished up. Was kind of in a rush to get you guys the bumper so at least you could see that, but I got some things to clean up, so we'll take a look at that stuff and show you what else we're gonna get into in this video. So to start with, I've already got my little template cut that fits down in there real nice. So those will be the chunks that will fill that gap in, and same thing on this side will go down in there as well. So I'm going to get these cut out and get those in, and that'll finish off the sides. And then I need to cut pieces to box the ends. So I'll go on ahead and get all that done so that the bumper stuff's finished up. I was going to box maybe some of this stuff in, but it can still get stuff into it from up here and from these holes. So to seal all that off completely, it's just probably not worth it. So, and I'm not going to box this back in either. I'm just going to leave this open to make it easier to attach things if he wants to. You know, I bought a reach-hitch. It's over there. That's going to go in the back here. Still trying to figure out exactly how I want to do that because I don't want it sticking out a bunch, but it's going to have to stick out some, but then it's going to be a pain to get you have to come back under here to put the pin in it. So I don't know. I haven't fully decided what I'm going to do with that yet. And yes, obviously this is getting lights. It's not getting the lights that I showed you guys. He actually bought a different set. They're going to be oval lights, and we're going to kind of put them in there at like a 30-degree angle or something. 3 on this side, 3 on this side. I'll put some little lights on top, license plate stuff. Just try to keep it as clean as we can. But so we get that stuff finished up back here. I need to finish weld my fuel tank brackets on this side, and I need to build the box for the battery box on this side, and cut the bottom of the tank out so it saddles over it. So I have that to do. Got some holes to drill in the end of these down here for the fuel tank straps, and then I'm going to put a hole clear through both sides here for a pin so that it's removable like mine is. And then I have to put these together. I got them cut out. They're still sitting over here. So I got to put these together and build these for this side. Then we can get this side attached. And then I need to figure out what I'm going to do about this space. I know it doesn't look like there's a space now, but the space, I got this plate slid forward. But I got to figure out what I'm going to do with this. Somebody in the comments talk about putting a flip up lid and putting a box there to put straps or something in. I don't think it's a bad idea. I'm going to talk to Todd about it, see what he wants to do. But once we finish that, we're on to getting those big things on here and get the exhaust hooked up. And then we need to move back inside. I never finished the stuff in here I was going to do. I took a break from inside. I need to finish building the center console. There's a few things I need to finish welding under the dash for the steering stuff. And then I think I'm going to still make that removable plate that goes over top of the engine. So that's a bunch of the stuff that you'll see in this video. It's probably going to be a little bit of a shorter one because of getting through Christmas and everything, but there's some more stuff that's been showing up. Todd just keeps spending money, so things keep showing up. We have the weights showed up. Got a fire punk box here that's got our standalone harness, our anteater for the transmission control stuff. And then this box came from Diesel Conversion Specialist, and we have the standalone harness for the engine, and we have a 1-wire alternator, and then this guy here that it pulls tack signal out so that he can connect a gauge easily for the tack, so that the tack and stuff will work for a gauge in it. So we're getting all that stuff together. Painless is going to be sending us a harness for the standalone for the chassis, so we're still waiting on that. But we're coming down the final stretch of some of this stuff. It will be heading out for sandblast. Well, you guys will be seeing this video Friday, so sandblasting will be in the next video. So we'll have this dude sandblasted, and then Todd and I are going to paint it here, the cab and the frame and all the stuff. So it's going to be a busy end of the year for us, but that's all right. We need to get through this one and get on to the Jack's Wax truck, and then got some other people I've been talking to about stuff after that. You guys have maybe seen the teaser about Todd's van that he bought. We are going to be putting it on air ride here eventually too. I'll throw a picture up here for some of you that maybe aren't on my social media that you could see what I'm talking about. But it's a pretty cool van. It's like a 40-something Dodge panel van. He's just going to use it for his Ironwood garage stuff to go to shows and stuff. But AccuAir jumped on that for him and gonna do a custom air ride under it, so that'll be cool. So, well, enough of me talking. Let's do some working. We are. Thought it was a pretty bad situation. Turn the welder on. Doesn't feed wire. So I unplugged a bunch of stuff, tested a bunch of stuff, tried a bunch of stuff. The motor works. I'm like, it's gotta be one of these boards or something dumb. I wonder if that'll do it. I'm such an idiot. Go change my heat on welding that in, and yeah, apparently it doesn't work on 3.5. It has to be 3 or 4 for it to work. So, well, I guess I'll put this thing back together. Good thing it still works. Well, I think that came out really nice. It's flush like everything else. Yeah, it's gonna be a little bit of a pain to get back underneath the truck to put a pin in it, but keeps it all clean. And he said he's probably not gonna use a hitch a whole lot, so I think it'll be fine. But the sides all come out good. The end caps are good. The side's the same way. Finish that off, finish the ends off. The hitch is welded in there real good. It's not coming out. So the only thing I got left to do is I need to put some kind of, I don't know what I'm going to use for the safety chains to hook. And then also I'm going to do a kicker from down there up to the frame just to help support this, because, you know, right now it's all cantilevered on this right here. So it'd be nice to have one kicker and it'll strengthen everything up really good. And the back end will be done. Another evening out here in the shop. I already got started. I finished welded these fuel tank brackets in, which I guess besides the battery box. And I'm going to go on ahead and cut this filler piece here. I got it marked out over here. I'll show you guys in a second. Just to get this capped in and filled in. And then I'm going to do the tank brackets on the other side and do those kickers I just talked about. So try to get the fab work done back here on this, and then we can work on getting the stacks mounted. So we still got a little ways to go. This thing goes to sandblast next week, so need to get with it. The piece I got marked out, this lip will actually be bent and go against the cab, and then this is going to be all welded together. And then I'm going to have to hopefully put this in my metal brake, cut a little corner out of here, and hopefully go on ahead and give this a 90 on each side. so that way it'll match the plate all along the edges. So hoping that this will go together nicely and be pretty seamless. I mean, gonna do the best I can. I wish I would have had a sheet that was 10-6, but I just didn't have it. So, well, let's get this piece cut and see if we can get on the truck. My patch, I think it came out pretty good. Check the level on it, it's right there level with everything else, so I think I did a decent job. I was worried about it getting a little weird in the middle, but it seemed to be okay. So I'm gonna put a brace across this front, just so this front has something to bear on, so it's not all weird. I ended up cutting that lip off because it makes it hard to set the whole piece over and it fall, so I just trimmed it off, and that way it makes it easier just to slide the piece forward and it'll be there. So that's the plan. I'm gonna get that piece welded in there and move on to fuel tank brackets on the other side. I went ahead and drilled a bunch of holes. I got one there, one back here, two more up there, and one in the front, and then the same thing down that side. And I went underneath and I marked the holes where they are on the bottom side of here. Now I'm going to take 1/4-inch bolts and cut the heads off, weld them to this so that it goes in and sits down. We can tighten them up. Attached, came out pretty good. I didn't put any of the nuts and washers on the bottom yet to attach it. There's no use in attaching it until we're ready to have it done, but we're going to move on to the tank over here. I'm going to go on and make the box that will house the batteries and stuff to go underneath of it, and then cut out the bottom of the tank and get it set down on there and move on to the other side.
That's your home! Are you too good for your home? Answer me!
Well, there it is. We got it cut out. It's sitting on there nicely. I wasn't super nervous because it's diesel fuel, but I definitely wasn't going to use the plasma cutter. But you know, you still worry a little bit when you're cutting into a tank that had diesel fuel in it or had fuel. So, but we didn't blow up. We're still here, so that's a good sign. But yeah, there it is. It's sitting on there. I'm pretty happy with it. So let's go build the brackets for the other side for the real fuel tank. Well, the wife came out and the dog. You guys get mad if Max isn't on the video, so you get a little bit of Max video. He is 100% back to normal. No more cone on his head or nothing, so he's good to go. Hey, the people want to see you. Come here. Come here, bud.
And
Hi, buddy.
he gets the luxury of
Come here.
sleeping in our bed now.
That's true. He has been sleeping in our bed instead of in the crate, so
He's been a good boy.
he's getting all the love, huh? There it is, tank number 2. I did put a level across them, and they're dead on the money. So I'm happy with how those turned out. I do have to drill some holes in the bottom of these brackets, and then I'm going to also drill a hole like through here, and then I'm going to plate some of this shut once I figure out how the straps are going to tuck in there. But that's good enough for now. Todd's cutting the straps with his plasma cutter. I don't know if he's going to talk about cutting maybe something in them, maybe some IH logos, or I don't know. He hasn't truly decided yet. So I'm waiting on those from him. We did get our tail lights. They are over here. So they're just the oval, but these kind of have a halo like mine. So we're going to do yellow on the outside, and then we're going to do 2 reds. And then I'm going to put them a little bit of an angle like that. So we'll probably get those cut in this video. I also want to try to get the stacks at least cut down and up there so they can see what they look like. There's a seam right here between this top piece and this bottom. So I'm going to take these brackets off of both of them, see if I can get this top piece off, because he wants them flat topped anyway. So see how much we got to cut them, because Todd only has 8 feet of clearance to get it in his barn. So we got to make sure that we keep them under that so he can get it in his barn. But so that's the plan. I'm going to try to get these stood up there and see if we can get them figured out. Here's what we got. The stacks came with these brackets that would go on the cab. They're not quite bent quite right. As you can see down here, they're close, but they're not quite there. So I think I can tweak them a little and get them to work, but we're gonna have to maybe trim these down and put the holes back here further or something, because I don't think those are gonna work that way. Just don't have the space. But I went ahead and cut those. Those are 7 foot 8 inches. So those are perfect. They would fit in his shop the way they are. And I think I'm gonna leave them alone, unless he wants to cut them shorter, but I think they look pretty good. Let's take a look at it from the front, see what it looks like. Yeah, I think those will look good. Got enough height to them, you can see them over top of the cab, but not so high that they're ridiculous. So I think those are going to work out. This video is a little shorter for you guys just because of Christmas and stuff. I just took a few days off and wasn't out here a whole lot. But we got the fuel tank stuff done, which I'm happy that those are done. Yes, I do have this little piece that we're still gonna, I'm gonna still plate some of this shut just enough so that the strap can go in there, is what I want to do, just to clean that up, make that look better. But got to do that on both sides. Like I said, Todd's cutting the straps, so I'll have those here maybe in the next few days or something. But we are going to focus on the stacks, obviously. This back deck is pretty much done. I don't think I have anything else to do. I didn't get to putting those braces in or cutting the taillights in, but just ran out of time tonight. It's just getting too late and I'm a little bit wore out. So, but there's always, this weekend I want to work on this a bunch and get this thing ready, because I don't know if it'll be in this video or next video, but this thing's going to be going to sandblast here pretty quick. So I got to get the back stuff finished up. The stacks, I'm not going to mount them under the truck. I just want to get them figured out so that once everything's painted, you know, I'm not drilling holes through more stuff. So the stacks will be hanging by themselves, but they just won't be hooked up to the exhaust. Other than cutting the taillight stuff in the back and getting the license plate figured out and some lights back there and those kickers, I think that part's done as well. So then we just have to finish up back inside the cab. I think I'm still gonna build that center console piece in there, and I still have that little bit of welding to do and some stuff to do under the dash there still. But wanted to get all this done out here first, just switch gears a little bit from working in that tight area in there. So it's all coming together good though. I'm pretty happy with it. But next week all this fab work should be done on this thing, and we should be getting ready to take it to sandblast. So the cab will be back off it, the wheels will be back off of it, the engine will be back out of it, and transmission, it'll be down to a bare frame again to go to sandblast. So yeah, next week will be the final video for getting everything straightened out and finished. And then Todd and I are going to paint the cab and the frame and everything here, and the stacks and the tanks. We're going to do all that here. And then it's assemble the thing and get it wired up and see if this thing will run again. So hope to have this thing going here in the next few weeks and move on to our next project. I appreciate you guys thinking about Brittany and Daniel. Do have some sad news though. She actually did end up passing away on Sunday evening. So in the hospital with Daniel, just a bad deal. So she was, I don't remember, 30 or 31 or 32, somewhere in that range. So yep, cancer sucks. It's a bad deal. So just be thinking about Daniel and the family and friends as dealing with the loss of Brittany. But yeah, pretty messed up, but we don't have control over those things. So anyways, that's gonna do it for this video. Appreciate you guys watching. God bless. We'll see you on the next one.